The last section in the trigger wizard is the quiz section, which includes 5 actions you can choose from: submit interaction, submit results, review results, reset results, and print results. Most likely, you probably will never use the trigger wizard to generate the submit interaction trigger and action. That doesn't mean you haven't created a submit interaction trigger. If you've ever inserted a quiz question, then you've created a submit interaction trigger because it's pre-programmed into the slide. This is part of the reason you see a submit button instead of the next button. Submitting an interaction tells Storyline to evaluate that specific question or activity. This applies not only to quiz slides like multiple choice or true-false, but also to custom-built graded interactions, such as drag and drops or hotspots. The submit results trigger is a bit more specialized. It connects to a results slide you've already added to your course, and its behavior depends on the type of quiz you've built and its purpose. For example, a pretest might use this trigger to determine if a learner can skip ahead, a knowledge check might simply show a score for self-assessment, and a final assessment will typically report the learner's score to your LMS. The review results trigger is also connected to the results slide. It allows learners to go back through their quiz and see which questions they got right or wrong. You can choose to display only incorrect responses or both correct and incorrect answers, depending on how much feedback you want to provide. For example, in a compliance training course, you may want learners to review both the correct and incorrect answers so they can identify where they need improvement before retaking the quiz. Reset Results does exactly what it sounds like. It clears Storyline's record of the learner's quiz attempt, letting them retake the quiz and potentially submit new results. A great example is a learner who didn't pass the first time and wants to try again. Clicking Retry Quiz activates this trigger, clearing the first attempt and giving them a clean slate. The final trigger is Print Results. This one opens a new browser window and displays the learner's questions and responses. From there, they can print a hard copy or save the page as a PDF, perfect for learners who need a record of completion or want to review their answers later. However, use this trigger sparingly. If your quiz contains proprietary questions or answers, learners could print and share that information with others, giving them an unfair advantage on their own attempts.